Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and today I have my buys and buys for October. So this is the video where I review the things that I've used up, my empties. I review what I'm bringing in and I also review my beauty budget. Now I did get this video idea from another YouTuber. Her name is Anne and she always is linked down in my description box. But we have a full bucket of empties and then I have three little baskets over here, three baskets of purchases. So if you guys want to see what I used up in October, what I brought in October, and how my beauty budget is doing, stick around. We're going to get into the buys and buys right now. I just got home from work, so we are not paying attention to how the makeup is looking. We are just looking at what is in my trash can. So I do have this popcorn bucket and she is full to the brim with empties. So let me go ahead and take everything out of here, kind of put it in my categories, and we will go through probably my biggest empties for the year. I don't know dollar wise, but definitely like product wise. I got through a lot of things in October, so let me go ahead and empty this baby right here and we will go through what I used up. All right, goodness, this is a lot of stuff. So let me go ahead and get some things out of the way that are not necessarily counted in like my beauty budget and really, nail polish removers. So this is just the Equate acetone, so the Walmart brand of acetone. This is what I love to use to get off my nail polish, mainly because a lot of my nail polish does have a glitter component or a flaky component as dog hair is floating around. So this really does work really well about getting that glitter off. So I did use up a acetone, and then as I make a lot of noise, I have a declutter. So this is the e.l.f. Suntouchables. This is the like clear sunscreen. This is not my favorite, so I got this as a free gift on an e.l.f. order last year, and this expired in June of 2025. So this is expired. So number one, it is not my favorite formula. I unfortunately, I did open it, but I never used it, but this is the silicone one that makes me just a grease ball. So this is going to be a declutter because it is expired and it's not my favorite. So this is going bye-bye from my inventory. Okay, now where to start? Let's look at my two fragrances that I finished. And so I did finish up my Moschino Toy 2. So this one was in my 25 and 2025. I got all of this done, and so this is going to be an empty, and this is a 1.7. So this is a Big Daddy. And then I did also use up a travel size of my Marc Jacobs Perfect. I think I showed you this one in my deck of panning. So this one is also an empty. So I think this is probably my only full size for the year, but I have used up quite a few of the travel sizes this year. So it makes me feel good about my fragrance uses because I brought in a lot of fragrance this year. I might end up having to do a video that is like ranking my fragrances just because I got really into it this year. But let me put these down, but I did go through these two fragrances. For those of you that have not been around for a little while, Marc Jacobs Perfect is probably, if I had to wear one scent for the rest of my life, it would be this one. And then this one is just a nostalgic kind of comfort smell to me. So I actually have already repurchased this one, and I do have... You guys will see. You guys will see what I did with this one. All right, now where to go? Let's go into body care. And I feel like I'm speeding through this. Maybe it's because it's after working hours and it's already dark outside, so I feel like I'm filming at 8 o'clock at night. So, but I did go through a Tree Hut scrub. This is the Peppermint Pearl. So this was the peppermint, like, so good. This was the peppermint flavor last Christmas time, and like my husband and I love like peppermints, candy canes, like peppermint mochas. Like actually the peppermint coffee at Fresh Market is out, so I bought 2 bags of that while we're waiting for the peppermint coffee at Target to release. So we love this scent as the doggies are making lots of noise. So I really did enjoy this. And they renamed this, so it's not Peppermint Pearl this year. It's something different, but I am looking at the replacements over there. So loved this. Kept this by my bathtub. Let's see here. We also went through the Dr. Teal's Moisturizing Bath and Body Oil, the Shea Butter and Almond. Now, it always collects down there, and then I was like, I dumped it all out, and then it just collects down there again. So this, I swear, it is empty. I will end up putting this on me. But this is the mixture of the body oils that I enjoy. So I typically do one of these, one of the Palmer's body oils, and then I do one of the Neutrogena fragrance free, because they use a sesame oil that is a little bit more lighter compared to the shea and almond. But I actually mix all three of those together, and that's the body oil that I use, because I just love the scent and how the Neutrogena one like thins it out a little bit. But I do love this. So I think I have just a little bit of body oil left before I need to kind of make my concoction again. But I really do love using a body oil, and especially now, like I've already noticed that my skin is drier now that we had the cold snap and like got down to like 28 degrees over the holiday weekend. So definitely my skin is going to be drinking up some moisture. I did go through a mini, so this was just like one of the free sample sizes. What's up, dude? Jane, are you okay? I need to be on the list now. Mr. Jane has had some tummy issues over the past couple days. So he just came and looked at me, and I was like, oh, I better open the door for him. But this is a not travel, but a mini that was kind of like a free gift with purchase. This is the Fenty Skin Butter Drop, like whipped body butter. I didn't really care for the scent, and it was just like any other body butter, but I did use it up, and actually I really like the container, so I'm going to keep the container. But this is not something that I would go back out and repurchase for myself, especially because, again, I will show you what body butter I ended up getting for myself. But that is body care. Actually, no, let me do these two. So I did an exfoliating foot mask. I believe I picked these up at like a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's or something. Of course, I cut the top off of it, so I can't tell you what it's actually called. But it's one of the peppermint and aloe ones. And if you want your skin on your feet to slough off and peel off in the most satisfying, disgusting way, this is your girl right here. So it's a foot mask. So I felt like my feet were getting a little bit dry. I don't wear sandals. Actually, for a Floridian, I don't wear sandals because my feet get really cold all the time. So I was just feeling like my feet were a little bit crusty and dusty. So I did a foot mask. All the skin came off, and my feet are feeling better. So I did a foot mask, and I also did one of my Azure Hyaluronic and Collagen face masks. So I did one of these. You guys saw in my 26 and 2026 that my goal is to use all 16 of my face masks. So I am plugging away at those, but of course this one was used before I filmed that video. I actually since then have numbered all of my face masks so that I know where I'm at whenever I'm doing my tracking. So did use up one of these. Really do love the Azure brand for their sheet masks. The serum that's in their masks is just really, really good feeling. And, oh, this one too. So a Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Heal Soften Concentrated Cream. So it's just a little cream. I mean, I just love the smell of shea butter. So this one was just a really nice, but very thick. So this I used on my hands, but I couldn't necessarily use this on my hands and then like go and do stuff because it left my hands quite greasy. This was not something that sunk in, but overall I really did like it. Like if I was on the treadmill, I would put this on my hands and just let it sink in while I was walking on the treadmill. So this one was really nice for that. Do I need to go check on the big one? Let me go check on Jane, and then I'll be back because I still have quite a few products to go through with my empties. Okay, where were we? Let's move on with skincare. So I did use up another one of my Innisfree green tea amino hydrating cleansing foams. I love these. I pick these up at TJ Maxx all the time. You guys can see The label has nice and worn off, but I constantly pick these up and I'm constantly going through these because I keep one by my sink, one by the shower, and one by the tub. And so regardless of where I am bathing or taking off my makeup, I do have one of these by my water source. Erin, stop over-explaining washing your face. But my husband also has dry skin, so he uses this to wash his face as well. So I go through them a little bit quicker, but I love finding these at TJ Maxx and picking them up when I can. Then I went through an e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Hydrator. Daily Moisturizer. It's the one in the pump tube, obviously, not the one in the tub. The one in the tub is actually too thick or too greasy for me. For you guys that are just finding me, I usually don't talk this fast. I don't know, like I feel so rushed because it's so dark outside. But I am 41 years old, I'm oily skinned, and I live in Florida. So even though it was 28 degrees over the weekend, it is still usually hot and humid here. So this is actually lightweight enough, and I go through a bunch of these. I typically order 4 or so of them during Black Friday. And so I do really like this. This is a staple moisturizer. It is enough for my oily skin. And so I do enjoy it. And I typically, whenever I get those on sale, I can get them for like $4 a tube. So you can't lose with that. A more expensive cream, I did go through the Dr. Jart Ceramide Skin Barrier. This mini came in a FabFitFun, I think. Because this is like the travel size of this. And then they have a bigger tube that is the normal size. But I believe this came in a FabFitFun. I do love the Dr. Jart Ceramide line. And so anytime that I can kind of pick up something from the line, I will. And so this is just a great cream. It's a little bit mattifying, so I did enjoy wearing this as we kind of transitioned from hotter weather to cooler weather, and so this one was really great. I've had this for a couple years, and so I really wanted to kind of buckle down and get this used up. I do have the one in the green tube. I have one of those in my skincare fridge that is a full size, so I need to start working on that as well. But I just appreciate that it is more of a matte moisturizer for my oily skin. But the last skincare item is one of the Dr. Dennis Gross, which in my last video, whenever I was talking about the Paula's Choice exfoliating, like in the tube that I'm going to use up, I mentioned like the daily peels, and I think I said they were from Dr. Jart, but they're from Dr. Dennis Gross. So this is the gentle one. I bought the 5-pack in the red box. That is the regular strength, but I wanted to try this out. So I got this as a free gift with a Sephora order. So this is the Dr. Dennis Gross Ultra Gentle Daily Peel. So it has the exfoliant and then it has the neutralizer. I kept kind of both of them. I did not notice anything. And again, it is a 1-pack. What I did notice is it did not burn my face, which I appreciate. And it made me less scared to use the regular strength ones just because I feel like my skin can handle it. And so we are going to go with this one, which I did see my dermatologist yesterday. Skin check turned out good, so no spots that she's worried about. But she did recommend that I start using my alizac acid more. And so I put it on last night, and it was the first time I've worn it in a while because I haven't had trouble with acne. But she said that it could help with my redness. Which again, part of me, I feel like the redness is I'm Irish and my blood vessels are just close to my skin. Like, I don't know. But she said to go ahead and start using that again. I used it last night and it actually was a little bit burny. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to work back up to that because I've taken so many actives out of my skincare routine because of my medicine, how it cleared up my acne, that my skin's not used to using actives anymore. So I will have to pump the brakes a little bit and kind of, again, do an exfoliating retinol, alizac acid kind of formula to help. And she said with anti-aging also. So as far as I asked her about Botox, they don't have anybody at their clinic anymore that does it. So she kind of referred me to some other places. And so I am going to have to go kind of out on my own to kind of have some consultations and see what I think. But also looking up the price, and they're like, oh, it's typically like $400 for just your forehead, and it's like $300 for your smile lines. I'm like, and they're like, oh, it only lasts 2 or 3 months. I was like, okay, maybe I am okay with my wrinkles. Maybe I am. Maybe I just go for some filler if it's going to last a little bit longer and I can deal with my forehead wrinkles. Maybe we'll have to see. I still want to have a consultation, but part of me is like, can I justify spending that much money on wrinkles? So maybe aging is not so bad when you look at the money side of it. But where was I? Oh, my actives. So I'm going to start using some of my actives, and I do have some good actives rolled into my 26 and 2026. Erin, slow down. Makeup empties. All right, so we have a sponge. This is my DSMD shop sponges. I love them to pieces. This one was starting to get a little bit torn, a little bit ratty. So this one is going to go. I mean, I love them. I repurchase them all the time. They last me pretty much a year now, if you take really good care of them and you wash them enough. So these have lasted a really good time. Let's look at a lip product that I was able to use up. This is the Ulta Beauty Lip Quench Banana. Like, do I even need to say why I bought this? So I think whenever I bought this a few months ago, I told you guys that the banana smell is amazing. It does not quench your lips at all. I would rather banana smelling Aquaphor over this. So the experience was nice, but I had to reapply so much that it didn't even make it worth it. So I think these are like $10 for this size at Ulta, and no, I need to find a banana product, a banana lip product that actually works. So Summer Fridays, can you come up with a banana flavor, please? Please and thank you. So, but I have a lip empty, which is nice. You guys saw in my project pan that I did use up my one size concealer, and I told you guys that I bought this in light 3N, which ended up being extremely yellow. And so what I ended up doing was I mixed an entire tube of the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the pink shade. What is this? Cool Pink Corrector. So I mixed a whole pink corrector into this yellow concealer, and I made it work for me. So once this concealer was gone, I actually had used up 2 concealers. So now these 2 are empties in my collection. Because the color was so bad and because I had to mix it with this, I enjoyed the formula of this, so I think it would be kind of cool to go back to it and actually like swatch it in store and see what shade I actually am. But I would go back to the formula of this. The formula was not bad. I actually enjoyed the formula. So this one is not that bad, just the color was extremely off. Very off. I went through another one of my Jelly Pop primers. I'm feeling the itch to buy more before they are completely gone because they're still on Ulta and I think they're still on e.l.f.'s site, and I'm itching to buy more, even though I don't need to. I'm itching to buy more. But this was number 12. Can you guys see? Number 12. I did cut it open. I got everything out of here, so I have another primer done. I did use up a setting spray. So this is the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray by e.l.f. Absolutely not. It wasn't the formula. I did not have an issue with the formula. I had an issue with the sprayer. Because when you spray this thing, the mist is so fine that you don't feel like you're getting anything on your face. And the way that I do my makeup, I use my setting sprays to actually not soak my face, but wet my face down enough to kind of like activate the powders because, let me reach. This flat side of the sponge here, I actually spray my setting spray onto the flat side, and then I use the flat side to push my products into my face. Because I have to powder down everything because I'm oily, I want to then tamp down that powder. So that's how I do it with my setting sprays. If I'm spraying, and it literally feels like nothing is on my face, like nothing on my face is getting wet, what's the point? So this is the dupe for the Milk Makeup one, so it comes in kind of like a bi-phase. I didn't notice anything different with it like holding or locking down my makeup. I just hated the sprayer. And I love the sprayer on the regular dewy setting spray from e.l.f. So I think it was just the fact that it was a bi-phase, or the consistency of the actual setting spray is different, and so it needed a different sprayer on it. Or maybe they were trying to dupe the sprayer from Milk Makeup. I don't know. Sprayer was awful. I will leave it at that. And then I went through one of my, I was going to say concealer. No, one of my foundations. And so this is the Misha BB Cream. I get it in shade number 21. It is a little bit gray, but I actually like that because it cools down a lot of my foundations for my cool undertone. So I went through this sucker right here. It is completely gone. I have already repurchased. The new one is already back there. You guys would have seen it in my buys and buys from a couple months ago. I always want to have that thing in my collection. It is by far, I don't use it by itself, but I do mix it with every single foundation that I own because it thins it out a little bit, but it kind of keeps the coverage. As weird as that sounds, like it adds a little bit of life, so my face is not like flat and matte. Because again, I'm oily, but I don't want to look completely matte. And actually, I blotted my face with powder, and you can already see my oils coming through. So, speaking of powder, I have my last two empties, and they kind of go together. So this is the Nakia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder and the e.l.f. Halo Glow. So what I end up doing every single time that I do my powder concoction, because I mix my powders. Welcome to my channel. I franken everything to make it work for me. So I love the Nakia Joy powder for overall setting, but I want to bring a little bit of a glow back to it instead of just that flat matte. So the ingredients in here set everything down and they keep me matte for the majority of the day. This adds a little bit of glow back. So basically what I do is I take 2 containers, one of each, I dump them together, I put them back in their components, and that is how I use it. So whenever everything is gone, I have actually used up 2 powders. So I do have these 2 right here. Now, are my numbers correct in my system? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, so I think I have my numbers right. There's some things in here that, again, like, I'm not adding value to, like, packets and like gift with purchase type things. I'm not adding value to those. So if I look at my empties, my husband decided to knock on my window, which got the dogs all up in a tizzy because it's dark as night out there. That's a great analogy, Erin. Dark as night. Okay, so my empties total was $228.97. So if I scroll up, that is my highest empties total for a 1-month period. So that actually makes me feel really good, and just the amount of products that I went through is feeling really good. So if we look at my total, so we are going to have to look at, oh, the dogs are all up in a tizzy now. All right, so if we're looking at my year-to-date total, we have $1,267.35 as Shep bumps into everything. He is still learning what happens when I get on camera. So we are not to the $1,300 mark, but $1,267. I've had in the past an arbitrary goal to reach $2,000 by the end of the year. I'm not going to make that this year, and I think that that's okay. I don't, no. So that's Shep. If you guys could see him in the background, he's pacing a little bit. But with my empties, I think I showed you guys last time with my spreadsheets that I'm like 40 empties behind where I normally am, which again still kind of boggles my mind. But it's big months like this where it makes sense. And actually, the amount of products that I have already emptied in November, and I'm filming this on the 12th, there's a lot of products over there that are empties for November. So I feel like for the rest of the year, I'm actually going to do really, really well. I'm not going to reach that $2,000 goal, and that is okay because that number doesn't really matter to me anymore because I have changed my mindset on my spending. So I'm not necessarily worried about like making things worth it for me because I'm being more intentional with what's coming in. So 1267 as far as year to date, and we had the $228.97 for our total empties for October. Let me put away all of these products back into my little basket, and then I'm going to pull out everything because we have a lot of purchases to go over. All right, so let's get a big purchase out of the way. And I had talked to you guys a couple videos ago about me wanting to try out a filtered shower head. We have extremely hard water here, and so I just felt like I was doing so much for my hair with sleeping in a bonnet. I have a silk pillowcase, like I use good products, like I do good things for my hair, but my hair was still damaged and cracking and like splitting, and I was not happy with it. So I was like, let me change my water because I've tried everything else. So, I mean, I bought this myself. This is not sponsored. I am going to be purchasing the filters myself. I did my research online. This is what I decided to end up getting for myself. But I did get one of the Afina. Found it on Amazon. I got one of these shower heads. So I did install it myself. It actually came with the plumber's tape and a wrench, like actually a really nice wrench. It came with a wrench inside the box. So like everything that you needed to install it and take off your old shower head, like it was already in here. As far as the filters go, they say to change it every 60 days. And I think the filters are about $30 each. So of course you get a discount if you order like 4 filters at once type of thing. But I'm going to go ahead and I have a thing set on my calendar that the filter needs to be changed in December. So I will see what the filter looks like after that. But overall, I have been enjoying it. Like my hair feels softer. Maybe the entire time I just needed to get a filtered shower head. But let me see, is it on the side here? So basically, you can unscrew a component of it, and the filter's in there. So you basically just unscrew it, and then you just take out the filter, pop a new one in, screw it back on, and you're good to go. But you don't actually have to unscrew it from the wall. You just unscrew a component of the shower head. So I am very excited to see what the filter looks like at the end of the 2 months, just to see like what does it actually do, what does it actually capture. But I am liking it so far, so wanted to talk about this. But again, with this one, absolutely not sponsored. They don't know who I am. I did my own research. I bought it on Amazon myself, and I am testing this out. But let me put the big old box to the side so we can get into the rest of the fun purchases. So that is not coming out of my beauty budget because, I mean, quite frankly, with how hard our water is, we needed a new shower head anyway. So I just got one with a filter instead of just going to Lowe's. But do I want to go in any sort of order? Yes, I typically go in the order that they're listed in my spreadsheet. So let me pull this basket over. So at the very beginning of the month, I did place an order with Singe Beauty. So that is Angelica's beauty brand. And I did pick up the Paisley Hoot palette. And so this is what our color story is looking like on the inside. Just a beautiful kind of warm, neutral with that pop of green, which you guys know I love. So you guys will see looks that I did with this in my No Pan Left Behind when I pop up all of my eyeshadow looks. You guys will see some looks out of this one, and I think I had some looks in my last No Pan Left Behind with Paisley Hoot, so you guys knew this one was coming. But this is my first experience with Singe Beauty makeup, so like an actual palette. What I do appreciate, because Angelica is also kind of, I think she's a year older than me, but her shimmers are still impactful and they're still pretty and they still do have a little bit of that shift, but they're very thin. So as you age, or if you're a human with regular skin, my eyeshadow does crease more because I have more creases in my skin, more crinkles in my skin. But her formula is so thin and so impactful and delicate that it goes on beautifully. Now, of course, it still creases on me, but I think that everything will crease on me now. But it is very easy to take this and kind of tap it back out or kind of rub your pinky over it and still get a beautiful look out of this palette. So this is actually my, let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is my third palette purchase of the year. That is it. So while I was on Singe, I did go ahead and I picked up 2 more brushes. So I did pick up the E10, and this is just a little domed shader, but I do like this shape for kind of like outside here. It's really nice for packing and kind of doing some blending out there. I do really like the Singe brushes. I bought the 5-pack when she first came out with them, the 5-pack of the eye brushes. So I really do love them. Or was it, I think it was a 6-pack. But she has expanded the brush range, and the ones that I've had before, when did I buy those? Probably last year. Yeah, I bought all my Singe brushes last year, so that means I've washed them and used them for over a year. So they have not shed, they have not broke down, the bristles are still in their ferrules, so really do love the Singe brushes. Let me open my door again so the dogs can come back in. It is madness here. All right, and then I did end up picking up a face brush. So this is the F03. I don't necessarily know what they're called. I was looking for another bronzer brush. I have a Luxie brush that I got in a BoxyCharm ages ago, and I love that as my bronzer brush. So I do love a little bit smaller of a bronzer brush, but for me, I think this is going to be more of, the thing is, I don't like applying my creams with brushes, but this to me feels more like a cream blush type of brush. I feel like this is almost too dense, that if I was to blend my bronzer in with this, that this would take off anything underneath it. It's a little bit stiff. It's a little bit too densely packed for my liking for what I want to do. It's kind of hard to see on her website, especially like the size. Like if you put this next to a Coke can, or if you put this little head next to a quarter or something, like something for size comparison, or even had pictures of somebody holding the brush. Barring getting somebody who is a giant to do the pictures, kind of being able to see the actual sizes of these brushes, or even a video of somebody like doing one of these so that you could see how firm it is, like that would be helpful with brushes that you can't go in and like touch. But again, the quality is beautiful, the bristles are beautiful for being synthetic, but it is not going to be a brush that's going to work for the way that I do my makeup application. I wish it was just a little bit like fluffier and a little bit less stiff. So I'm sure I will find some way to use this, but I don't like blending any of my creams out with brushes, so we will just have to see what I end up using for that one. But I did pick up those 2 brushes. So brushes go in my beauty tools category, and currently, actually I did charge myself money for those out of my budget. So I charged myself for all of that. Then I did an order on, let me get all of these. So I did an order on Summer Fridays. So I did pick up the kind of set, but I'll tell you what I did. So I ended up picking up the set that had the toasted marshmallow, which look how much I've already used this sucker. So I have toasted marshmallow. I have the jet lag mask. Jet lag? Yes, jet lag mask. And then I did pick up, because again, it came in the trio with hot chocolate. So I actually sent that extra brand new hot chocolate flavor of the lip butter bombs. I sent that to Andy. And I ended up picking up the one in iced coffee. So I did use up iced coffee earlier this year, so I wanted iced coffee back in my collection. So I did pick up that trio. Now I did end up charging myself for everything, even though one of those lip products is not in my inventory and it's not in my numbers. Of course, I bought it as a gift for somebody else, so I did charge myself for that. But as far as what's going into my inventory, is going to be these three right here. So we have the jet lag mask, we have toasted marshmallow, and we have iced coffee coming into my collection. I am using up my older hot cocoa right now, and I actually have hot cocoa and toasted marshmallow like on my bedside together. So like I'll apply the hot cocoa one, and then like an hour later I'll apply the toasted marshmallow one, and I kind of go back and forth, and it is just the best experience of my life. But I did go ahead and I picked those up. Let's go down to, because I used up my powders and I needed to create another mix and concoction of powders, I did pick up another one of the e.l.f. Halo Glow powders. This one is empty. Like, can I take this out without hurting my nails? Yeah, so it's empty, as I get powder everywhere, because I have mixed this powder already with my Nakia Joy one. So this will go kind of in my like storage for my empty products until I have used up that powder, and then this will be considered an empty, but I did pick up another one of my powders. Then let's look at this here. So I made an order from Ulta. Let me reach, and this is good because this is me also telling you guys that I'm going to end up buying another fragrance this month. So I picked up the Duo from Sniff. That is the, what do they call it? The Berry Croissant Layering Bundle. So this is the mini in Crumb Couture, and then this is the body spray in Berry Styles. And if you guys can see how much I've already used this, and how much I've already used this. This combination, I want to smell like a berry scone, croissant, buttery pastry with berry compote all over it. I want to smell like that forever. Like, it is so good. And it's such a weird, like, again, it's doughy, it's kind of buttery, it has that kind of like sharpness of like yeast to it, but it is so good. And then when you layer it with the actual body spray, that just smells like straight up like berry compote that you put on top of pancakes. Absolutely wonderful. What I want Sniff to do is do a body spray that smells almost like banana nut bread, or like bananas Foster, like that banana, like bruleed banana. Like that would be really good mixed with Crumb Couture. That'd be really good mixed with like the Flapjack fragrance. But Crumb Couture, the full size, is going on sale in Ulta next Sunday, or this coming Sunday, for I think like 40% off, 30 to 40% off for Black Friday. I will end up buying a full size of Crumb Couture because I do want to smell like a pastry all the time. So these two have been an amazing, amazing addition to my fragrances, because obviously I am halfway done, and I purchased these on the 7th of October, and I'm already halfway done with this. So that'll show you guys how much I am enjoying it. A few more things that I got during that order. What? It is chaos. The dogs are outside again because Jane is not feeling good. But I'm glad that he comes and gets me and lets me know. A couple more products that I ordered during that Ulta, trip would be the Lancome Adole Lash. So I'm using like the Sephora free travel or the free sample size of this mascara right now, and I loved it so much that I was like, let me go ahead and get the mini, because the minis will last the same amount of time as basically a full size. So this is the mini right here. I'm not going to open it because it is not due to be opened yet. But if I reach behind me, it is basically, this is the like free trial size that Sephora sent. And so it's just a rubber bristle. But I love the shape of this because you can get really close and really push. And so this is a beautiful mascara. It does not flake or smudge on me. So I went ahead and I picked up a travel size or a mini size of it to be the next mascara that I end up using. Then I have another of my NYX glitter glue. I'm actually getting really close to being done with mine, which surprises me because that one did not take that long. Like, it feels like there's less product in it, but I'm going to always need a glitter glue because, again, I want my shimmers to stick onto my lids. So I did pick up another glitter glue. And then the last thing I picked up during that Ulta order is actually from The Ordinary, and this is one of the niacinamide 5% face and body serums. Really blown out with my lights, but this is the size of it right here. So I have been using this on my arms and my chest, and it's a niacinamide serum, so I wanted to give it a try. It's a little bit milkier. Let me see if I can get a little bit. Yeah, so it's like a milky cream. So it's not the regular niacinamide serum that's in the dropper. It's just like a clear serum. So this does have a little bit of a milkiness to it. It's a little bit more, it is an emulsion, if I actually read. So it's an emulsion. So it's nice. I'm trying it out. I'm seeing what I think about it. And again, seeing how it does with just kind of like refreshing my skin on my chest and on my arms. Let me move this out of the way. Let me actually go check on the puppy dogs. Let me move this out of the way because I have a bunch of skincare that I picked up as well. All right, so skincare. I went into a TJ Maxx and they got me good. I was apparently in a browsy mood. So I picked up 2 of the Centella facial cleansing oils. It would help if I actually read what it's called. But I have tried a couple different K-Beauty cleansing oils, and this is actually my favorite. So I picked up 2 more of them because they were cheaper at Marshall's than they are on Amazon. So I did pick up 2 more of these. I'm close to being done with the one that's in my shower, and then I'm also close to being done with my final Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. So I'm going to need one of these to go by the bath, and I'm going to need one of these to go into the shower whenever those 2 are wrapped up. So I did pick up 2 of those. I picked up another cleansing oil just to give it a try. This is the Rice Water Bright Light Cleansing Oil. And so, of course, there is additional Korean writing on here that I do not understand. But it is just, it looked a little bit more, again, of a light oil. So it's not going to be heavy. It's not going to clog or congest anything. And so I wanted to give it a try. And I think it was on clearance maybe for $3. How much did I pay for this? $3. Yep, so it was on clearance. So I went ahead and I'm going to give this a try. Then what else did I pick up? I picked up a SOQU. With my dyslexia, I'm just going to assume that that is letters and not an actual word. SOQ? We will go with that. But this is the moisturizing and bright rice serum. So I wanted to give this a try. So it has rice extract, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide. This I got for $5.50, so I did want to give it a try. The only thing, it kind of has a weird smell to it. I didn't mean to hold that finger up. I keep trying to figure out what it smells like. I don't know, but it smells more chemically than I would like. We'll put it that way. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to go ahead and see what I think about it. I was just feeling a little bit like, oh, let's put more crap on my face at nighttime. Because that's what I need. Probably now my biggest category is my like nighttime skincare. And so I need to start using some of my products. And then this one is is it Dummy Dang? Doomy Dang? I will put that up there for you guys. Again, like, you might be able to find these on like Yes Style or something. Otherwise, check your Marshalls or your TJ Maxx, but this is a red bean serum, which again, I was like, ooh, let's try something different. And so we are trying a red bean serum. I have, of course, already started using this, so I don't know what it's supposed to do, and I don't know if it's actually doing anything, but it does feel nice on the skin. And it was $5.50. So we are trying out the Doomy Dang red bean serum. We are trying it out. And then I did pick up a few more things from Azure. I picked up one of their collagen and hyaluronic acid. I picked up one of the night creams and the day creams. So I picked up, I think it came in actually a 2-pack maybe, but I did pick up these, and then I did pick up another one of the packs of masks. So you guys would have seen this in my 26 and 2026. So you guys saw me pull the 5 masks out of here, and I have labeled them. So this one, of course, is number 3 because I keep my boxes over there until they are considered empties. So this is box number 3 of this actual type of mask that I have bought. And so I have some masks to go through. But that is my favorite face mask and my favorite serum that is in that face mask. And so I did want to go ahead and pick up these whenever I see them, because there's sometimes when they are just not there. So I did pick up a few more moisturizers and some sheet masks. So that was everything that I picked up from Marshalls. And then I did do an order from Sephora because I turned in some credit card points, and I ended up getting a $100 gift card to Sephora with my points. Currently, right now, I am putting everything on the credit card and paying it off just so I can accumulate points. And I actually have enough points to do another $100 gift card, but I'm going to have to see if I want to go back to Sephora or if I want to get like a Lowe's gift card or something like that. But what I did pick up at Sephora during that purchase was I picked up this brow duo from ABH. So during Brow Day, I was really disappointed that they didn't have a whole lot of stuff on sale. So I have enough brow pencils to last me like 2 years, so I didn't need any more of those. The e.l.f. Wow Brows, I don't need to pick those up on sale because they're like $5 and you can use the Ulta like drugstore coupons on those. It's the brow gels. So I did pick up this duo because beyond the Benefit brow gel, the ABH one would be my runner-up. And so what this is it was a 2-pack of full-size brow gels for $25. So it was practically buy one, get one free. And so I did pick up the 2-pack. I know I could have waited for the sale, but like part of me was like, I do not have any more brow gels, and so I'm going to either need to buy this at full price at $25, but really this is a buy one, get one kind of. So I'm either going to need to get this now and not wait for the discount, or I'm going to have to buy brow gel full price, which I don't want to do that either. But I was happy to pick this up for $25. And then the other purchase that I made at Sephora, and the whole reason that I ended up getting that gift card, was I picked up another fragrance. And so I did pick up the Marc Jacobs Absolute, but you guys need to smell this. I wish there was smell-o-vision so that you guys could experience this with me. But it is in this beautiful, beautiful maroon bottle. Let me actually pull up the notes and see what it says. All right, so for this one, it does have notes of fig and caramel in the top. Mid is jasmine and base notes is amber. It's that fig. That fig. So apparently, like I kept trying to figure out like what is it about this that I love so much. It's that fig. It is just a beautiful, beautiful scent. So main accords is caramel, sweet, fruity, amber, white florals, and woody. So again, it is a perfect take on the perfect kind of line. And I wanted to get Marc Jacob Perfect again because I used up a lot of my other perfects, and this is like kind of a scent that I can wear all the time. But when they came out with this one, I wanted to kind of like, again, kind of have something a little bit different within the same line. And I feel like this one here, it can go more like cold, like dark aesthetics, like it can go there, but it's also fruity enough that if it's worn in more heat, it can still smell really good, just a little bit more sultry in the heat. I think whatever your mindset is whenever you're wearing it, it'll work. So I did go ahead and I picked up the bigger size of this one. Again, because I did have that gift card. Now, because that was only a $100 gift card, I did end up charging myself $33 in my budget for that fragrance because the other $100 was absorbed by the gift card. And then I have one more purchase. Good Lord, Erin, you were spendy in October. But I did go ahead and I picked up another one of the Clinique Pop blushes. And I did pick this up in Black Honey. And that is the one that I kept telling you guys that I wanted. So I did pick this up. I actually picked this up on the Air Force Base that's by us. So it was a little bit discounted and I did not have to pay sales tax on it. So this is the Cheek Pop Blush Pop, number 17 in Black Honey Pop. How many times can I say pop? But this is beautiful. I love this formula. I have worn this a couple times already and it is just gorgeous. It is not too dark for me. I can't go as heavy-handed with this one as I can with Heather Pop, but I do love this. So I was very happy to bring that blush into my collection as well. Let me open the door one more time and then we can finally go over my numbers. It's usually not this chaotic, but between my husband just getting home from work, me just getting home from work, Jane having an upset tummy, I feel like I'm just up and down, up and down. Oh, before I do my numbers, I did want to show you guys the Tree Hut Mary Mint. So I got it in the scrub and I got it in the body butter. So this is basically the peppermint pearl scent from last year. They have it now as Mary Mint. So I did pick up actually 2 of the scrubs because I want to have them throughout the entire year. And I picked up 2 of the body butters. I've already dipped into this one and just opening it. I love this scent. And my husband, like I said, my husband really, really loves like a peppermint scent. So he has been enjoying this being on me. Not on him. He just wants to smell me when I am smelling like this. So I did pick up those. Those go in my body care category, which again, I don't have a problem with spending in those categories. So they're not actually taken out of my budget. That is just kind of like my body care also would be like my shave oils, which is not something that I'm not backstocking shave oils. So I'm not worried about those. But if we look at my purchases and my numbers and everything for October, so I did spend a total of, let me make that font bigger, $360.97. That includes makeup, skincare, palettes, perfumes, and tools. Those are the categories. The only category that I did not spend in October is hair care. So we spent $360.97. Now, our budget in September ended with $602.63. I did have $150 go into my budget from my paychecks in October. So I do put $75 per paycheck into a savings account. I draw out of that savings account to repay myself back for my purchases. So we had $600 in there at the end of September. $150 more went in. I spent $360. So I do have a total of $391.66 in there now. So rolling in for the rest of the year, we have close to $400, and then I have 2 paychecks in November and 2 paychecks in December, so that's another $300 that's going to be rolling in there. I still have not put together my list for Black Friday as far as like what I need to purchase in bulk to get me through next year. I feel really content with what I have, but I know that I'm going to need more powders. But the thing is, like, Nikia Joy still holds different sales throughout the year, so I could technically wait until like Memorial Day, to get more powders. I could wait until Boxing Day because she has a Boxing Day sale. So there's certain things that I don't necessarily need to spend in November. Now, I have already purchased some things, and I do have the full size of Crumb Couture on my list, like ready to go. I know I'm going to buy that one. But overall, I still feel like I'm doing well with my budget. I will have money left over at the end of the year. I will just have to see how everything goes. Being able to pay myself back for my fragrances has actually felt really good because of the amount of fragrances. So I will definitely have to do a rundown video of like all the fragrances that I purchased in 2025, kind of maybe rank them from my like I wish I like had smelled this on myself longer versus oh my God, I could wear this every day. Maybe we can have a little bit of a ranking thing going on with that. But I do feel really, really good about where the numbers are, even though I spent almost $400 in October. I'm still rolling over into November with $400. So we are looking really good with that. As far as my numbers with my totals, so far this year, I have spent $563 on makeup, $310.62 in skincare, $168.25 in palettes, $15 in hair care. But again, I'm not counting the shower head. I'm not, even though it was a little expensive. But again, that is more of a household thing because our old shower head was probably so full of mineral deposits that it needed to be replaced anyway. So if it wasn't through this, it was going to be at Lowe's. But $15 on hair care, $284.23 in perfume. That's why perfume is going to need to be on the budget for next year. And then $90.40 in tools. So that's where we're sitting. As far as what my budget kind of overall for the year looked like, you know, we had $75 per paycheck, which was $19.50 for the year. So I did have $1,000 set aside for makeup, $550 set aside for skincare, and $450 set aside for palettes. So if we're looking at those numbers, like I said, I have $464 left in my beauty budget for makeup. So $460, we'll round up, $465. Then we have $211 left for skincare, and we have $281 left in palettes. So I have a palette on my radar. What is it called? I have it saved on my phone because I sent it to Andy. And of course she was like, that palette is so your colors. I was like, I know. So it is the Crown Legacy palette from Glaminatrix. Because, I mean, look at those tones. Are those tones not me? I could be a good YouTuber and I could actually like pop up a picture of it, but you know, I'm not going to. But those tones are beautiful, and I know that I love the Glaminatrix formula. I know the mattes are good. I know that the shimmers are the thin shimmers that actually like don't crease so bad on me. So that palette is actually on my radar for maybe being the 4th palette that I pick up this year. But as far as only picking up 4 palettes, that's 1 palette per quarter, that's not so bad. But I do need to run through my declutter with you guys, which I know you guys kind of were like, do whatever you can with your time and with your filming. So I will have to see how the declutter ends up falling into my my schedule. But I do want to do that declutter with you guys. So we are looking really good with the budget. I've already spent a little bit of money in November because of course I had my order from Sephora, which I told you guys what I was purchasing, so you guys already know that. But I've not done a whole bunch of spending. I do have to see again what Black Friday holds for me. What do I actually need? What do I need to stock up on some things? But otherwise, that's where we're at. All of these things sitting in front of me. Like again, the cleansing oils will be done within a year. The moisturizers will be done. I'm actively using the little serums. Like I'm actively using my scrubs and my body butter. I still can't believe that I'm halfway done with this mini of Creme Couture. I have made that amazing dent in toasted marshmallow already. So I feel really, really good about my products. And even though this was a bigger month, like the amount of products that I've been purchasing, in August, I purchased 3 things. So, you know, No, no, no. What is now? No, no, no. Never mind. My purchasing has not been that bad. In September, I purchased 3 things. So this bigger thing, September was 3 purchases. August was mainly nail polish. Did more skincare and perfumes in July. So I've not been purchasing a whole lot so far this year. You guys can tell by my budget. I rolled into the month with $600 in my budget. I have not been purchasing. So even getting all of this for $360, that feels okay to me. So I still feel good about my budget. I still feel good about my purchasing. I will see how Black Friday goes. That's where we're at. But I have a lot of stuff to clean up, and I have editing to do before this goes up on Friday. But I'm going to leave you guys here because the puppies have now settled down. I'm worried about Jane's tummy, so we will have to see how that goes. But otherwise, I am going to let you guys go. But first, I'm going to encourage you to do all of the things. I'm going to encourage you to hit a thumbs up on this video if you are enjoying my content. I'm also going to encourage you to subscribe. I am trying to hit 3,000 by the end of the year. I think I only need like 50 more. So if you like project planning, conscious consumerism, using what you have, beauty budget type of stuff, me showing you that I'm actually using my products up, so also being like consciously using your things, my little mini reviews on everything. If these kind of videos and this kind of content is helpful, or you just want to put me on in the background while you clean and I blabber, consider hitting that button. Stick around for it. It is a good time. But otherwise, I do appreciate all the new people that have found me and the people that are OGs and the people that I recognize your names and your profiles and your stories. And I love all you guys. You guys are fabulous. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing. Did you guys have any good empties? What are your plans for Black Friday shopping? You guys are going to have to let me know because Black Friday shopping has already started. Let's be real. They want our money as soon as possible. So it has already started. So what are you guys getting? What are you most excited about getting for Black Friday? Let me know down below. I am super curious. I want to take a peek into your life and let me know. But other than that, I am going to go ahead and go because I have a lot of stuff to put away. That's what happens when you buy a lot of stuff. You end up having to find homes for it. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I hope that all of you guys have a beautiful day. And I'm going to catch you in my next one.